Hello, everybody. Welcome to my second live planning session. It is supposed to be day 2, but it's still day 1, and I'm going to be recording 2 and 3 tonight while Maverick is sleeping once again. So, to get started, before we jump into anything, I need you to take a moment and listen to your favorite hype song. You need to listen to your favorite hype song because that's what's going to get you ready to plan for 2025. Okay, right now, my hype song is TV off, specifically the second half. Okay, when he's screaming, I'm not gonna scream because Maverick is asleep, and she was playing around like she didn't want to go to sleep because her bedtime was at 8:30, but she just now went to sleep at 10:30. So anyway, I'm not going to be yelling is the point of that story. So let's get into day 2. But before I do that, I'm going to get into a review of what day 1 is. So let me share my screen. Okay, so with day 1, just as a recap, we defined what a great life is for ourselves. And the reason why we do that is because, at least for me, it's important to establish what a great life is so that you don't neglect to see the abundance in your life, or so you could see when you are living in your great life. So, I definitely, I'm going to just speak to myself. I definitely can see all the ways that I'm lacking. Like, I don't have this, I don't have that, and this, that, and the other. And I'm not seeing that I'm living in the things that I already asked God for, the things that I've already been working for. So it's good to write it out and have it clearly put in some very specific bullet points. So if you haven't seen how to get to this summary, then watch my first live stream for session 1, and that could give you a breakdown of how I got to these answers. So for me, for my great life, for the next 3 years, a great life looks like building a 7 to 8 figure business with my business management and planning products, spending quality time with my husband through a work from home lifestyle, creating a bi-coastal lifestyle to spend quality time with family in different cities, finding spiritual alignment through regular morning prayer, and homeschooling Maverick and supporting other women, other work from home mothers in their journey, all while maintaining control over how I spend my time. So that's how I define a great life. And whether or not I get to a 7 or 8 figure business in 3 years, or I have a bi-coastal lifestyle, that's not necessarily the point. It's like that's what I would like to see. But ultimately, I'm going to hit some of these points in some way or another in the next 3 years. And I want to remember what I defined as a great life when I get there. So having this in front of me to know what I've already set, what I've already written out and made plain is something that will help remind me to see how all the abundance that's around me. So next in the session 2, we're going to cover narrowing down our purpose. I specifically like to use the word Ikigai, and that Ikigai is a Japanese concept referring to one's reason for being or that which brings value and joy to life. And I'm specifically talking about Ikigai in the terms of the next 3 years or less. And so how do we find our Ikigai? We find our Ikigai. Well, first, what is Ikigai? What does it consist of? It consists of what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and your strengths. All of those combined make your Ikigai, because it's not just one of those things will make you happy. Just doing what you love isn't going to make you happy, but doing or giving you brings value to your life. Doing what you love is only a piece of our life. Adding value to the world and what society needs, also doing something where we're getting paid for it, where we're making a living, and then something where we're actually working on our strengths and not the things that we hate and in our weaknesses. All of this combined make up what brings value to our life and what brings joy to our life. And so this next set of questions is going to be helping us find what is going to bring us joy over the next 3 years. And this may change. So don't think this is all set in stone, but it's something to at least get the ball rolling. So for me, under what I love, the first question, I'm going to give question and answer, and then we'll go to the next part of the exercise. So what I love. If money were no object, how would I spend my days? First question. So I answered it: curating an interior design showroom, building community center for women, or sorry, for work from home moms, build business management app. Actually, am I sharing my screen? Yes, I am. Okay. Build a business management app, travel the world sourcing unique art and decor items. I really would love to do all of these things all at once, honestly, but I cannot do all of these things all at once. Specifically, like I would love to travel. I would love to find really ornate and unique things all over the world and bring them to my house and put them on a shelf and put them in a nice little shadow box or something. But that's something that I would need to plan for. I can't just often do that, especially now with a baby. What topics or subjects do I find myself constantly drawn to? Operations and planning, innovation, self help, how the universe works. How the universe works because I'm always interested in like astrophysics or some type of scientific research when it comes to how things happen in the universe. I think is really cool. So that's why I put that there. What did I enjoy doing as a child that I still find appealing? So pretending to run a business, I say that all the time because my mom, she had a bunch of business materials. She had like a, a calculator that printed a receipt. Still, I would love one of those today. I just love the way it sounds and like how the printer sounds. Love that. My mom had like receipt books, and she had an old school typewriter where you could where when you would type, you would have to white out the letter. Love doing that. Probably played with a little too much whiteout growing up. That's neither here nor there. It was a good time. I love playing with all those things, and if like even though everything is digital now, like if I had I would put all those things in my office just to pay homage for like that time. Going to family events, cheerleading and dance, and talking. Now, I put talking here because that's what people said I did a lot in school and continue to say I do a lot of. Not saying that I'm finding that to be something super enjoyable, but clearly I enjoy it because I'm always doing it. Um, what the world needs. What the world needs. So, what problems in society or in my community do I feel most passionate about solving? So, for me, right now in this season of my life, I'm passionate about supporting moms, simplifying, creating, and managing a business. Low reading levels in schools. Hold on, this monitor is needs to be charged. Okay, I'm passionate about the low reading levels in school because you guys, it's something like 80% of the current school population or something cannot read. I know that number is that. I know it's 80% of something. The stat, I don't know exactly. But you guys, like these kids cannot read. And that's really scary because there's so many things that are determined by third grade reading levels. And like, if kids can't read, there's so many things that are going to be coming down the pike because of that. So that worries me. And then building wealth. What skills or services do I think are currently undervalued but essential? Strategy and operations planning, holistic care in the workplace, professional designers and creators, and gracious leadership. Now, strategy and operations, that's pretty self-explanatory, but holistic care in the workplace, I think that is extremely undervalued because there is this idea that, I mean, everybody, I think we're shifting back to your whole life and all the special days that you have, holidays and all that stuff. You have to be in the workplace and you got to give all yourself in this grueling work or whatever. It's like, and it's not a lot of care put on the person, the human who's giving the resource. So I think that having holistic care in the workplace is extremely undervalued, and I would like there to be more value placed on that. Professional designers and creators, I think that coming from an interior design space and also working with other creators, it's people's creativity is extremely undervalued because a lot of people think that it could be done so easily, especially with tools like Canva, with graphic design or AI, ChatGPT or Perplexity when it comes to copywriting and design. It's like people think it's just shopping or something like that, and there's so much more that goes into creating and designing, and it takes a lot of effort and a whole lot of time. And people do not see that, and people don't under the average consumer does not understand that. So Though the people in creative professions are extremely undervalued. And then gracious leadership. I think that graciousness is undervalued in general, but specifically in the workplace. What gaps do I see in my industry or field that need to be addressed? So, designers are looking for direction on operating their business. This is what, in my research, this is what I'm finding. I'm seeing people talk about operations for interior design, and there's a bunch of comments like, I need this, or can you send this, or can you make this? And I haven't seen anything on the market to fulfill it yet completely. And I'm working on that. And so the next thing is easy way to track company data and use it to make decisions. So I'm also finding with working with clients and talking to other industry peers that specifically in design, but entrepreneurship in general as well, where there's a need to collect data on how much time it takes to do certain things or deliver certain services, and a bunch of different metrics that people don't have a system to track it, a simple and easy to use system to track it. So they're not able to create business strategies as efficient as they could because they don't have that information. So that's a gap. And getting clients for new business management freelancers. So this is for people who want to do business management work like I do, and they're just trying to get their foot in the door and they need to find out how to get clients. Now, I didn't say this in the beginning, but it's best to have 3 to 4 bullet points for each card. The more the merrier, because you'll have more to choose from. So 4 maximum, no less than 3 though, if you really got to pull that out. And I think I'm saying that, and I have like one of these cards with 2 on it. So, take it with a grain of salt a little bit. Okay, what can I be paid for? So, what problems can I solve that people or businesses would be willing to pay for? So, these are things that people have already paid me for, except for one. I'll just get into the list. Use my planning skills to help entrepreneurs manage their business, host a work from home moms group with childcare, be a business accountability partner. So I've been, no one's paid me to start a childcare group, but I believe that somebody would, because if we come together and make a co-op, listen, if you out there, hit me up. So use my planning skills to help entrepreneurs manage their business. That's what I do. Be a business accountability partner. That's what I do. And so next, in what areas am I considered a go-to person? Relationship. And now, let me say this. I put this down here because this is what I get calls for. I'm not saying that I'm the go-to person, even though that's what the question says. I'm saying that this is what I get calls for sometimes. A lot, sometimes. So that would be relationship and friendship advice, business and team management advice, encouragement, and design advice. 4 things I could do to make money right now. So I could sell my journal, sell my operating system for interior design, sell my extra home decor items that I have in my garage, and then freelance on Fiverr or Upwork. So although some of these things, 3 of these things will have to take some work before I see a dollar. Well, all of it has to take some work to see a dollar, but some things may take more work to see a dollar. I know that I have a product that's ready to be sold immediately, where I could get somebody to give me a dollar at least. Okay, so what are my strengths? What tasks or activities come naturally to me? Planning and organizing, teaching toddlers, and relaxing. So I put teaching toddlers, that kind of seems like it's out of left field, but I struggled with this because I'm like, what does come naturally to me? Oh, also put relaxing, because let me tell you, a soft life comes very naturally to me. Okay. I love to chill. I love when there's time for me to chill. I take full advantage of the chill. And then teaching toddlers, I've taught children for a majority of my life with children's church, or with working in preschools and things like that. So working with toddlers comes naturally to me. I kind of like just jump right in and know exactly what to do. Okay, so what do others consistently praise you for? Style and presence, innovative ideas, introspective mindset. What do you feel most confident in? When do you feel most confident and capable? I feel most confident and capable when I'm designing graphics in Canva, like I did with this planner. I can really get lost in that. When I talk about managing interior design, ops, and teams, I know that I'm learning that, and it's getting to the point where I know about the back of my hand. Like I know how to set up a system for a design, architect, and a home staging business, and I can talk confidently about it when my household is running smoothly. For me, this looks like when dishes are washed or in the dishwasher, when clothes are washed. They don't have to be folded because I don't like folding clothes, but they are at least washed, okay, and put up somewhere in the corner. And what else? Just when there's groceries in the house, when Maverick has had breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks, like my baby is fed, that's when I feel really confident. When I am in mommy mode. I love when me and Maverick have like our days out and we could go to the park. And one day we went to the park and then we went to had like this little fancy little lunch. And I had her set with her little white tablecloth. Mind you, she was like maybe 14 months, 15 months at a time, but she was well behaved. She sat down, she had her little French fries and watched Miss Rachel. She had her juice and everything. I ate my little fancy salad and we had the best time. And then the waitress was like so happy to see us there that she gave us our meal for free. So that was really fun. So I felt confident because I was in my full mommy mode that day and I was rewarded with a free meal. So can't lose. All right. So now that we've gone through each card and we put our 3 to 4 things that come to mind when we think about what are our strengths, what we could be paid for, what the world needs, and what we love, then we go and we highlight whichever point resonates with us the most out of each of those cards. And so you want to color code them. This is when you want to break out your highlighters and color code, because at the end, the one with the most colors is what you're going to put as your life purpose. Okay, so let's break this down. Travel. So travel the world, sourcing unique art and decor items. That's the one that resonates with me the most in this card. So I put that in this green, like pale green color. For this one, operations and planning is what stood out, and I put that in orange. For this one, it was cheerleading and dance. That's what I enjoyed to do a lot as a child. And so then I put this in this brown color for lifestyle, because this is technically sports and it could be put under like a physical activity. But this was the only physical activity thing I had on here. So it's something that I wanted to group into other categories where it could fit still. So all that to say, even though this is a standalone, it still fits into the general lifestyle category where I had others. Okay, these lower reading levels in schools. This is this mustard color. Is this mustard? Yes. So first of all, I cannot hear the word mustard now or say it without thinking about TV Off by Kendrick. Let me know if you're having the same issue. And then this pink one. So this is for whatever, human resources. Something that is related to team or, training or something like that. And what else? What else is new on here? I think that's it. That covers everything. So I have options for human resources, travel and art, lifestyle, operations, and education. That's what the mustard one is for. And I only have one of those. So basically, now that I have highlighted all of my points that resonate with me the most out of each card, I then look and see which one has the most highlights. So that's operations and planning, which I'm not surprised with, because that's really what my focus is on right now. Also, something else I want to mention is my cards. The points on my cards are heavily related to business and lifestyle, because I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, so all of that is intertwined with my daily life. It's not something I cut off once I get home. So that's why my stuff, it looks really business heavy, and yours will be different, I'm sure. Business or not, no business, everybody's is going to look different. So now that operations is my first choice, I will go down to this section here and say, Operations, I'll summarize what my purpose is. And when I say my purpose, I'm not talking about forever, my forever purpose until, Lord willing, the day I die. But it's what my purpose is for the next 3 years. And even then, once I start this process, and we'll break this down even further in our planning process, because I'm focusing on planning and organizing and operations, that doesn't mean I'm going to be focused on that for the full 3 years. Once I start this, I set my goal and I set what my steps are to reach that goal. Once that loop is closed, I can move on to the next thing. So that may look like lifestyle, or I may do this exercise all over again and say something completely different. But it just depends on where you're being taken, where your spirit is leading you, whatever's happening in your life at the moment. Go with that, go with your gut, because this is not like an end all be all. At the end of the day, it's something to give you direction. It's something that is fluid, but it's something that is more guaranteed to get you to where you want to go than not doing anything at all. And that's why I'm doing this group or doing these courses, because I want to help foster a community where we are having actually strategic plans to get to our goals, and not just like we could pray about it all day long, but we got to pray and do. Okay. So, my life purpose: operations and planning content and courses. Operations and planning content and courses. So, that is what my purpose is. And I'll flesh this out more, and I'll talk about it at the beginning of session 3. But that's it. Let me know what you think. If you're going to be following along with these questions, if you're going to be doing this yourself to prepare for your 2025 and start it off right. And then let me know if you want to have like a breakoff group where we could talk about it more, and do some brainstorming on how to fill in these questions. And let me know if you have any suggestions for me, if you're listening, anybody out there. Okay. So I'll see you in session 3, and